Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2003 movie, The Matrix Revolutions. So, in this movie, the human city of Zion is having to go to war with an invasion of machines from the Matrix as Neo fights to end the war and confronting Agent Smith once again for one final battle. So this is a pretty good movie. I think it's a lot better than most people say it is. It's one that I've always liked it. As a kid, it was my least favorite in the trilogy and stuff, and it does kind of have doesn't have the fullest satisfying ending to the trilogy, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I don't think it's near as bad as most people say it is, and I do think nostalgia plays into that too, because this is the one Matrix movie that I did see in the theater as a kid. And everything, the year that this one and Reloaded came out was the year that I got introduced to the Matrix, so I was really big into it at the time and everything, and a family friend took me to see it. It was the very first R-rated movie I got to see in the theater, and I remember leaving it. I was a little disappointed in it, but on rewatch tonight, it was the first time I've seen it in about 12 or 13 years. I really enjoyed this one. I forgot how good it is. It's really entertaining. The action isn't as good in this one as it is in the first two, though. I will say both of the previous movies had better action, but I do feel like the story is a lot better in this one than it was in Reloaded, and they do a good job wrapping a lot of things up with the trilogy and everything. I think it works pretty well. The cast are all still really good in their roles, especially Keanu Reeves as Neo, and I love like the whole little stuff where he's like in this train station and stuff, and you get a really cool little fight scene in that train station with it was pretty cool. And then the big final fight with him and Agent Smith is really awesome too, where they're out in the rain and it's like a whole bunch of other Mr. Smith or Agent Smiths around. I don't know why I keep calling him Mr. Smith, but I love that scene too, and I think Hugo Weaving is even better in this movie than he was in Reloaded. I felt like Reloaded, there seemed to be something a little bit off about him in that one. In this one, he's a lot better, although I still say his best performance in the franchise is in the first one. He's definitely not as good as he was in that one, but I think he is still pretty good in this one. And this has some pretty memorable moments. That scene when the machines are attacking Zion and Morpheus and Niobe are on their way in the ship and everything. You see all the different characters fighting the machines and stuff is a lot of fun too. And it holds up really well. I was afraid that the CGI on here was going to be very bad and it was going to make it really hard to watch, but they did a really good job with this, like blending CGI and practical effects, so it doesn't really actually ruin the movie for me. It holds up a lot better than I thought it would, and everything. I had a lot more fun with this one than on rewatch than I did Reloaded for some reason, except like I said, Reloaded had some really great action scenes. I just felt the story in that movie wasn't as good as the action scenes, which is really weird. It's the one movie where I felt like it wasn't balanced very good, where the story was engaging throughout the entire first movie, and everything, and you don't get as much action in the first one. And this one, you get a lot of great action, but you also get a pretty good story too. I will say Trinity's death could have been better. It was a little underwhelming. It wasn't near as emotional as I remembered it to be. And part of it is I know she's coming back for Resurrections, maybe that's part of it too. It just doesn't hit that hard now, knowing that she's going to be back anyway. But I will say that was pretty cool, and I did love, like I said, that big final battle with Neo and Agent Smith alone is just awesome. I love it. I don't get why there were so many other Agent Smiths standing around and everything though, and they didn't like try to help him take on Neo. I didn't really understand that part about it, but we did get that scene with Neo and the multiple Agent Smiths and Reloaded, so maybe they just didn't want to repeat themselves again. I don't know, and I like the allegories and stuff in this too. Like you get the religious allegories, and it's pretty much indicated that Neo is kind of like the Jesus of this universe. I thought that was kind of interesting. But I really like this movie, and something I haven't really talked about in this franchise is the score and everything. The score, I think, in all three movies is really great. Like it has a really good score in here. Don Davis does the music in here, and all three of them have really this great epic feel to it. And they are all really great in each of the movies, especially that scene with the action scenes and stuff. Like the score is just really great in here, especially the scene when the machines are attacking Zion and stuff. That has some really great music, and the scene with Neo and Agent Smith is really great too, and that whole ending and stuff, just it's very interesting the way it ended. I'm kind of curious to see how Resurrection goes with it. I'm debating. I kind of want to go see Resurrection in the theater, but I'm also kind of just wanting to watch it on HBO because I kind of just want to watch it and get this franchise over with and stuff. But I haven't decided yet. I think I am going to end up watching Resurrection, so I'll probably have my review for that up sometime tomorrow, more than likely. But I think The Matrix Revolutions is a pretty underrated movie. It's a pretty decent ending to the trilogy. Like I said, it's a little lackluster. Kind of wish that we could have seen the main three characters fighting together throughout most of it, especially. And I think that Morpheus and Neo should have been on screen a lot more in this one together. I didn't like a lot of the stuff they did with Morpheus. He was kind of sidelined in this movie. I wish I would have used him a little bit better, but aside from that, I think that this is a pretty decent movie, and I'd say I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's a super great movie. It's definitely not on the level of the first movie, and as far as trilogies go, there are way better endings to trilogies out there and everything. I don't deny that this could have had a better ending, but I think it was fine for what it is. It worked, and everything. It could have been better, but it could have been a lot worse too. I mean, it's not as on the level of Rise of Skywalker and everything, where it just totally craps on everything that came before it. I think this one is just alright. I don't think it's near as bad as people say it is and everything. So, but yeah, so anyway, that's my review for The Matrix Revolutions, and I hope you enjoy this video, and let me know in the comments what you think of this movie. Do you think it's a decent ending to the original trilogy, or do you think it's terrible? Like, I know as most people don't like this movie, so but if you're one of the ones that like it, let me know, because I'm kind of curious. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.